Hey, welcome back for those that are returning, and for those that have never been here before, thanks for checking us out. This is going to be a general tarot reading, and I do have a couple of housekeeping notes, some link to astrology, so if you don't want to hear all that, definitely fast forward to get straight into the tarot reading. I'm going to move this over just a little bit, I think. Sorry. For those that are into the astrology part, I've done a little bit of the research for you. If you want to hear something directly from an astrologer, if you go look at the subscriptions tab, page, whatever part of the channel, there are some fantastic astrologers. Same for tarot. If you feel like I'm not the reader for you, totally understand. I feel like I have like the best of the best, the goats, which funny enough, we'll talk about the goat in a second, of tarot readers. You want to go check them out. I totally suggest that as well. If you like the content on this channel, I ask that you please just give it a thumbs up because that helps to spread the message. You don't have to. I wouldn't know if you did or not anyway. If you also want to get notified of when a reading comes out, you can absolutely subscribe and get the notifications. Again, I wouldn't know if you did or if you didn't. The message, I think, will get out there. I hope that's the goal to those that need it. That being said, talk about astrology for a second. So went to the astrologers that I personally follow, got some information, and the reason I did this, and I'll do this every so often, is because we are officially in Capricorn season, and I felt this major shift in energy. And I mean, I knew it was Capricorn season, but it was a shift in such a way that I felt different. I mean, like I went from this very into the deep and then into the list. And I'll explain that in a minute. So anyway, we're in Capricorn season. We had Capricorn solstice, which is, in my opinion, the actual new year, but depends on how you look at it. We're now in this time period of like heavy earth. Capricorn is an earth sign. There's also kind of this feeling of clarity on certain things. If you're like me, you may have found this moment. I mean, it literally hit yesterday, strong, of like making lists and checking boxes kind of thing. And perhaps like a little bit methodical even in how you're doing things. Strategic is another word. Pick one. It's fine. You may also be feeling this kind of sense of endings and beginnings. Natural for us this time of year period, but it's especially a prominent kind of energetic feeling because of Capricorn. And then for some of you, many of you actually, you may also be feeling these periods of rest and regeneration where it's like, I'm really, really tired. I've got to rest. And it's like, okay, let's go. It's kind of like slow down, speed up, slow down, speed up. All of that is in purpose of the next cycle that we're going into. And I have notes here, by the way. Otherwise, you would never get this information. But we are, for the last week, I've been talking about going into a new cycle with the new moon that we had in Sag. So, I mean, this is a natural part of like every month. This happens all the time. This isn't necessarily new, but it feels new. It feels different in comparison to some others, or you should be feeling that. We are definitely preparing for this new phase. 2026 is going to be a whole nother year. Go to any astrologer and they'll tell you. They are all saying it. There's a reason. But for those that are also kind of seeing or feeling the devil card energy, and I'm being very specific because that's major arcana that represents Capricorn. A lot of us will immediately see that card, or we hear that word even, and we have this negative connotation, but it's linked to Capricorn for a reason, and it's because of the goat and, like horns, right? But specifically, there's like 2 or 3 different representations in different culture and throughout time of the goat. Like there's a sea goat, a sea type goat. I don't know. It's not I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say it's not real, but it's not like, whatever. Go with it. And then there's the mountain goat. And so for me, Capricorn is very much mountain goat. And when you see this card, or when you have this feeling, maybe these periods of like temptation, or, you want to do a little bit more of something that you typically don't want to do, or maybe just, again, go with it. in Capricorn period, you're asked to actually, you're being reminded. And so you're asked to pay attention to these feelings. Or if you see the card come out, because it is coming out in a lot of readings. I mean, even by other tarot readers that I follow, when the devil card comes out, especially, let's keep it to tarot, you're being asked to remember that this is about the tangible and logical. And it's a reminder not to be deterred. Okay. This isn't an actual block. You know, you're asked to like not be deterred by the rocks, like the mountain goat. Okay. Don't be deterred by the rocks, the hills, the narrow paths. Instead, you're asked to remember that the goat goes on anyway. That's what the goat does. There's a goal and there are actually no blocks. It's just different ways of getting there. So perseverance is key right now. In fact, with Venus moving into Capricorn tomorrow or next few hours, Sun being in Capricorn, there's almost this logical, clear note of seeing and understanding next steps. And it may often come through as like this intentional kind of vibe. I mean, it is very intentional, like I said, with the list and the check boxes. So there's like this intentional moving forward. Think Knight of Pentacles, okay? So then we have Mars, though. Not just Venus going in tomorrow, not just being the sun being, I think, exalted. Am I saying this right? I'm pretty sure, in Capricorn. We then have Mars that is in Capricorn, which is about getting it done. So clear, logical feelings, which sounds not possible because emotions are not logical, but this is a matter of discernment. And then Mars acting as the warrior on Venus's behalf. I'm like, okay, you know what you want, Venus? This is what you want, right? And there's that one moment of question. And it's like, all right, here we go. This is how we get it done. And you'll feel that. And then on top of that, on top of the Capricorn placement right now, it's really saying like, this is your power. Mars with Venus moving together. This is your power. This is what you want. This is your desire. And this is your power. And now is the time to use it. It's not like now's the time like, okay, I can just sit back because something's going to happen. No, this is the time you use it. And you'll feel that. You'll feel, again, that kind of like rest, regeneration, ramp up. Hurry up, slow down, hurry up, slow down. Like, this is what you want. Okay, go. And this is what we got to do to get it done. List. You can probably even hear it in my voice a little bit, right? But anyway, you know your desires, you know your boundaries, okay? And you know the direction. And as the goat, you know it's time and you're going. The goat has the spot in mind, and regardless of those rocks, regardless of the narrow path, regardless if it's a really steep hill on this mountainside, it's going. This is what you're being called to do, okay? Lastly, because Capricorn is tied so closely to traditional cycles, all right, again, grounded earth energy, so we have to consider this part as well. What is different about this time period is that Capricorn and the planet placements, because there's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 planets in the first month or two, something like that. Again, I'm not an actual astrologer, but it's heavy energy in Capricorn placement. So because of we're in Capricorn and then the planets, so many are going into this sign, it's asking you to note if these traditions, these traditional cycles that you're used to, are they aligned with the determined desires and directions that you've already started on? Because remember, in Capricorn, as the goat, you've already started on this path. This isn't like at the bottom of the hill and looking up at the path. You're already in it. And now as the goat, being reminded of Capricorn, being reminded of the goat, it's okay, these traditional things, these traditional cycles that you have had attached to you for so long, right? That maybe help to shape and get you to the bottom of that mountain. Are they still serving you? Are these traditional cycles aligned with that determined goal that you've set, that you already started walking toward, that desire, that Mars is now helping you to get it done, the direction that you've been going in? And if that traditional cycle, if those traditions to get all together, if they're not aligned, this is when you're asked also to discard and look at those traditions as outdated. Throughout the history of mankind, We have evolved our traditions. Some culturally have lasted, but humanity on a larger scale has had to leave some behind in order to evolve. And so for you on the personal, now it's, do these traditions still align? And if not, then you need to kind of label them as outdated. And then now is when you build your personal foundations. You're now in the rebuild. So, and I'm saying this because I'm really curious to see if we get the Wheel card and Wheel of Fortune and also the Death card. But this is strong right now as we're going into Capricorn. It is about building your new personal foundations and structures. This is the Capricorn way, and what many of us are even being divinely guided into. And when you sit back and you allow kind of that higher self to take over, you'll feel that. You'll feel these kind of, again, typical for this time of year, but it's even stronger right now than we have experienced in a very, very, very long time. So that's all I'm gonna say. If you're feeling the energy, if you feel like you have been in the deep and you're coming out of the deep, you're not alone. If you're also feeling like you're in okay, now I need to get serious and this is the step and this is the step, and you're kind of making those steps as you're saying it, and you need to make your list and you need to check them off, as the steps that you're taking, right? It's going to be imperative actually for some of you that you do this. But even if you don't, you're moving forward anyway. It's a very Knight of Pentacles energy. So just pay attention. So anyway, all right, that's enough. We're going to get into the tarot. I'm going to do an oracle. I really, really want to do native spirit for the grounded energy of Capricorn. I want some guidance for us to go into this reading as we go into Capricorn. Spirit, I'm not doing oil tonight. I've been having some allergy flares. I did do my own little personal cleansing. Water and soap also works. That's real talk. Very literal, I know. But ask Spirit to help guide us in this reading, the message that needs to come out and what we need to focus on as we go into this Capricorn season. For many of us, we're going into Christmas, depending on where you are and what you believe and what you celebrate. But it's definitely a pretty big holiday season, various holidays. So whatever you practice or believe, whatever works for you, we want Spirit to help guide us in this time period as well. One more. Thank you. One card to help guide us in this reading, please. One card. Walking in Beauty. And then let's go ahead and get a Journey of Love, because with Venus and Mars working together, collaboration, funny enough, ooh, that was loud. I am so sorry. Collaboration is also key. I mean, this is a big theme, okay? And you'll see it and you'll feel it. And what that looks like for you individually, that's where, the rest of your chart comes into play, right? But let's do this. One card, Journey of Love. One card, Journey of Love, Spirit, to help guide us in this reading. And as we officially walk into Capricorn, Venus and Mars, what can you tell us to help guide us? One card, please. There was two, and I'm going to do the one that actually landed. Hidden Beauty. Walking in Beauty and Hidden Beauty. I do believe we just got, I love it when this happens, honestly. I think we just got some confirmation here. So let's do Walking in Beauty, that Earth Spirit. Okay. Radiant beauty surrounds you. You're beautiful, inside and out. No matter what your age, your grace is growing, being in balance. As you walk in beauty and feel gratitude for it, your life will be filled with immense splendor. Whenever you can, spend time in natural, wild spaces. As you see and hear and feel beauty around you, your own beauty will grow. Your native spirit wants you to know, in Native American traditions, there's the concept of walking in beauty. It's called Hozonasha, and I don't know that I'm actually saying that right, so please forgive me if I'm not. In the Navajo tradition, and it means being in balance with a natural way of life. When we are in the right relationship with the natural world around us, we are walking in beauty. The more you sense and see beauty around you in your environment, yourself, and your body, the more it will fill your life in all forms. Never say anything about yourself or your body that's negative. Don't put down yourself or others. Instead, affirm beauty and take time to adorn your body and personal space. Walk in nature and inhale the beauty of every part of our wonderful planet. Cherish yourself and the luminescence within you, and you will glow. The journey. Create outer harmony in your home environment, even in small ways, such as a vase of flowers, a scented candle, or clean windows, and your inner grace and radiance will begin to shine even more brightly. Wherever you go, look for beauty in your surroundings, and as a result, the world will become more beautiful. So maybe this is part of your list. Maybe part of your goal, whoever this message is for, is, to be kinder to yourself. Maybe in being kinder to yourself, you open yourself up for that love that it is that you're wanting to receive. Again, Venus, desires, love, tangible, since in Capricorn, and Mars helping to get it done. And I would say this is definitely, that's a personal message for somebody for sure. We're going to leave this one on top. And then hidden beauty. Also the number 45, which is a 9. And I went way past it. You are glimpsing beauty, and yet there is more to be revealed. There is more than what you are currently seeing. To attempt to force the vision would prevent you from seeing what is being revealed. Be patient and look more closely. Soften your heart and ask to be shown the beauty in the situation that is being shown to you. Wait. Let the vision come alive, and you shall witness what was once hidden. This oracle brings you a suggestion from divine guidance. You may think you see the whole picture, but if you look deeper, you shall see something that brings you much joy, hope, and reassurance. There is a more beautiful perspective here that affirms and nourishes you and all involved in the situations of your life that are puzzling you at present. Take heed and relax. All is as it is meant to be, and soon you too will be able to see. So I hear patience. I hear trust. I hear faith. And let's get into the reading. Because of these two cards that came, I'm going to do the Light Seers. I originally had planned to do the Tarot Grand Lux, but I think the Light Seers are a good mix for what's come through here. Your personal foundations and structures should include something beautiful. It brings you peace, loving of the self, necessary before anything else, honestly. Let's do one more. Ooh, that didn't work. Okay. Spirit, what messages do you have for the person who is meant to receive these messages? Please let it come through the cards, by extension me. Thank you for everything. What are we allowed to know? Temperance, patience, right? There is an alchemy here that is taking place, a perfect mixing, shadow and light. There's wings in the background here. I mean, it's almost always an angel, but the wings in the background, I mean, they're kind of translucent, right? Something that's taking place, a deeper meaning. I'm thinking of these oracles here. Something that you may not see that's actually happening. There is a mixing taking place, a balance, a mixing, a balancing. Definitely of a higher calling. The Hierophant. So you have Temperance and Hierophant. Trusting the process is what I heard. This is divinely guided. Whatever this is for you, it's divinely guided. Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon, we just had the new moon in Sag. Sun is now in Capricorn. The universe has got this. Page of Wands. This is a freedom, a release. Literally, there's the wand being released into the air, but also like an Ace of Wands, a new opportunity, a new beginning, trusting the steps, trusting the process, I heard. It's also an action card, movement, obviously, but that's way too many, thank you. Time, place, spirit. Cool. Ace of Wands to confirm. Definitely a new opportunity, perhaps a new way of being. And so Two of Cups, a new way of being in relationship. Trusting. Another Ace, a new opportunity. Ace of Pentacles, so this is also grounded. Could be about the timing. And then we have Knight of Swords. It could be fast moving, whatever. I mean, there's definitely action that's taking place here. The mixing, the mixing and the perfect alchemy, trusting the universe has got your back, kind of releasing to a higher power so that you can take the tangible steps safely, right? Like safely as in the universe has your back. You are protected. You still have to do your part. For the Two of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, new opportunity, and then this message has been coming strongly, like once this thing happens, and it could be this movement of Venus working with Mars, you know, the desire, knowing what you want, and then Mars actually saying, okay, well, let's get it done, right? It starts to happen and move very quickly. And I heard it's okay to be scared. That's funny. It's okay to be scared. But like you're trusting in the process. Yeah. Four of Wands. So this is a celebratory card, but this is also like, well, that's still celebratory, but like I hear congratulations, but also the foundation. The foundation is being built. The foundation is being built. Four of Wands is often representative of a foundation, but the foundation is being built. That could be part of this mixing. It could be a personal foundation. Timing card. Nine of Pentacles. This one is about having all the pentacles that are necessary. It's a minor, can be minor for Empress. It can also be much like the Seven of Pentacles. Again, being at peace, the universe guiding you. But this is tangible. This is timing, building the foundation, what it takes to build the foundation, knowing what it takes, and now doing the things. They're meant to come out. They will, I promise. Capricorn, Spirit. Another Ace of Cups. So there's one Swords card here. Two Majors. And then this is a lot of Pentacles. I mean, it's actually a pretty well balanced between fire, earth, and water. The two with this one. Oh, hello. High Priestess. There is definitely a knowing here and a challenge. Not a challenge, that's the wrong word. Being at all aces. You have all the aces. This is big. This is a brand new life. You are definitely being asked to trust. Yeah. This is a brand new life that you have worked very hard to get to. This Knight of Wands is like the wounded warrior. But you see in this, she's standing strong. That is protecting. That is knowing those boundaries and doing the work. Wands are action, okay? You do it anyway, I heard. You do it anyway because you know what it is. Four of Pentacles, to me, that's those boundaries, protecting those boundaries. That is important right now, but this is, especially as you go into these new cycles, this new, brand new way of being, a brand new way of being. Protection and melancholy is what I heard. Protection and melancholy. So for some of you, you could be very sensitive right now. It could be hard to open up, but you're doing it anyway. So you see, like, traditionally, there's 3 cups that are down and 2 that are up. In this one, even the one that's up is being poured out, but you see how full this one is in the background that's not even being touched. Right? And this is also about change. This is, you see, again, it's kind of like mixing all the things. It's not just about letting it go. One second. And we'll clarify. Definitely big changes. So that's a 5 of Cups. Then you have the 5 of Pentacles, also earth and water. And I'm going to say they go together, actually. We're going to do this. I feel that. And then you have the Page of Cups, which is like another ace. So from feeling lonely, from feeling left out, that's part of the mixing. That's part of the process. 5s are change. That's part of the process that has to take place in order to have this new opportunity. You have to allow yourself to feel the things. And you have to know that you're strong enough. 10 of Pentacles. This is about your security. This is about your confidence. This is about knowing that you can handle the things that are about to come. Because once it starts, it's this whole new life, you know, like even the life you want, Venus, right? Even the life you want, even the life you desire, there are consequences, good or bad, right? A consequence is a consequence is a consequence. And there's consequences that you feel comfortable living with, and there's consequences that you feel uncomfortable living with, right? Like what you can live with and what you can't, what you're willing to do for XYZ, what you're not willing to do. And so even a life desired, a life you want, that Mars is like, you sure? And you're like, yep. All right, let's do this. There's going to be some consequence here, and you have to be able to handle those consequences. Resilience. I hear resilience. I don't like that word personally, but perseverance, resilience. There is a need for that because you are the GOAT. You are on the side of the mountain, right? You are going to have to go up this mountain. I'll be interested to see if we have a hermit card somewhere that comes out. But you're going to have to go up this mountain, and then you can go back down. And then you're going to go up again, and you're going to come back down again, and you're going to go up again. This is life. That's life. So you've got to be able to handle these twists and turns. And when I say that, like, you do have a choice here. As Capricorn goes into Venus and Mars and all these planets go into Capricorn, and it's like, get it done. It's time. Move forward. You can, this is where free will comes into play, say, no, I'm going to repeat this cycle. And you'll stay there. But that means you have to be comfortable in living with the consequence, because the consequence of repeating the cycle is that whatever new was trying to come in for you is no longer going to be available. And you have to be okay with that. And if you're okay with that, then you will repeat the cycle. That because you're just going to stay. The wheel is going to keep on turning. Things are going to keep on happening. But you're going to stay repeating this particular thing, person, place, or thing. Pick it, pick your noun. For those that are like, no, I'm done. I'm ready for the new cycle, and I've already taken that step, and I'm already on the path. I'm the GOAT. You've got to be able to handle those ups and downs of that mountain that you're on. Because that's life. That's just the way that it is. And I'm feeling that strongly for somebody. It's a leap of faith. And I keep saying, a calculated risk, a leap of faith. And it's one that I think many of you have already taken. And you're, like I said, you're already in we're in it. Hello. Yep. Calculated risk. King of Swords. Full King of Swords. You know the things. You're getting clarity now. I heard you're getting clarity now. This new way of life. It's a matter of being prepared for the things as they come and go. It's not a matter for having a plan for everything. You can't. In fact, just talked about this earlier today. I mean, it would be ideal, right? But you can't. And there it is. I said it. I said it. I knew it. This is the transformation. Sorry, I love it when this happens. I get a little excited. It's fine. This is the transformation, and it's necessary. All of these things that you've had to feel and that you've had to consider, the transformation, beginnings and endings, right? The transformation is knowing that you can't prepare for everything. It is a matter of just having faith. You're taking calculated risk. Yes, you have your list. You're checking your boxes off as you go, but, and there is, oh, that's beautiful. Yep, and the Wheel of Fortune. We can't make it up. Look. Okay. 7 of Wands. You see, but it's a different 7 of Wands, right? It's peace. There is nothing that can come at you because you are prepared. You've been doing this work. You've been doing this work. All right. The 5 of Wands. There is conflict, but you have peace. All the wands that are coming at you, all the action that is taking place, right? You're at peace. You're finding that center. That is your North Star. You have done what Mars asked you. You sure this is what you want? And you're like, yep, I know exactly what I want. This is it. I've thought about it. I've gone through the 5 of Cups. I've gone through the 5 of Pentacles. I'm a wounded warrior. I've protected my peace. I've protected my heart. And I still, you know what? I am the goat. I am on the mountain. I am walking forward. This is what I want. And Mars is like, all right, let's do this. And so the wheel turns. And you're in your new cycle. Transformation, cannot. Oh, and that one stay behind. And then this is how Knight of Cups. This is love for you, love for somebody else. Maybe that is your message. It's for love. 3 of Pentacles working together to make something beautiful. It's so beautiful. A sense of community that came out strongly in a reading. It's nourishing. Oh, that's beautiful too. It's nourishing your inner child. This is like memories, right? But there's the inner child, who you were. This is the love that you needed for yourself. Not only are you giving it to yourself, you're receiving it. And so what came out the other day is you are the community. And you and this other person, there's 2 of Cups, okay? You and this other person, forever this for. It could be a balance of self too, feminine and masculine, but go with it. You are the community. The community is you, and you will serve as a resource. You will serve as a resource. You will serve as a resource. Page of Swords, a resource. The student studying. You will serve as a resource. All right. Sorry, I had to pause real quick. So if you see like a weird, that was why. I just want to do a couple clarify on the bottom. I love this. Strength card. You will serve as a resource. You are the community. The community is you. You got to be the goat. You are the goat. You're already in it. I can't stress that enough. Part of me is just, I'm like forever and always a mom. But I want to be like, okay, well, this is what you need to look out for, and this is what you need to do. But the universe is saying, you're already there. You're already on that path, on the side of that mountain. You might have come down a little bit at some points. You might have had a harder trek trying to get back up at some points. The path may have really narrowed to where you thought you were going to fall off. I get that. And then, you look around and you see you're still on it. And now you're in Capricorn season. This is the time. some of you are really, really, really going to be feeling strongly in about that second week of January. You can forget about this reading by then, okay? If you come back and listen to it, or if you happen to find this reading after the fact, whatever, the second week of January, where all of a sudden you're like, yeah, now, I gotta go now. Like, whatever that means to you, like, I gotta do this now. This is the time. Listen to that voice, because astrologically speaking, that is when you have the most power to accomplish what it is. Mars is, again, working with Venus, okay? To accomplish whatever it is. I just want to clarify. The Temperance card with the Hierophant. Is the Temperance alchemy or timing? And I feel strongly that it could be both. But and I think Spirit is going to tell me. Okay. 6 of Wands. I'm taking that as both. So it is definitely about a timing of your best self, your highest self, for your highest self. But there is victory here in whatever it is that has been happening. This is what kind of levels you up. Okay. That's for somebody specifically. Now, the Two of Cups. Who's the Two of... What I say? I'd be curious to see. The Goat, the Hermit, the Mountain. You have to go to the top. You have to go to the top. Could be dealing with a Virgo, yes, but you have to go to the top, and then you start coming back down. You have been on this road to the top, on this path around the mountain up. All right, you're there. The star is taking out. It's an inner star, right? You're taking out and you're letting it guide you. It's like your inner compass, and it has been guiding you the whole time. Yeah. Knight of Cups again. I asked who this is, and then you have King of Pentacles. So someone who is very responsible, king of their domain, grounded in earth, Capricorn. Well, hello. No, hello. And I was going to ask about the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. Definitely fast movement. Chariot. Fast movement. Major movement. This is big. Again, with the aces, this is big. So you could have a couple of earth signs here for that Two of Cups, but I really would like to know if it helps whoever is watching this, whoever needs to receive the message. It's everything you wanted. This is your Venus, okay? You are moving quickly. And it may even feel like it's okay. Remember earlier I said it's okay to be scared. It may even feel for some that it's too quick at certain points. There's your Ace of Cups. Right there. Look. 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Ace of Cups. This is a brand new life. 6 of Pentacles. Who else is in this connection? Who else is in this connection? Spirit, who else is in this connection? Page of Wands, you could be dealing with someone who perhaps like has a younger energy, fiery energy, but this is also like an ace. We'll see. Who else is in this energy? Is that right? Page of Wands, dealing with the page. Who else is in this energy? Got King of Pentacles. Is this a love reading? Is this about love? We have this Two of Cups. Hello. I think so. Good. There is definitely an ending of pain here. That page to the 10. I heard finding your passion again. It is definitely lovers. Thank you, Spirit. There's the Capricorn for real for me. This is where we are, okay? The page of, the Knight of Pentacles is, I mean, a lot of people say this is like a standstill energy. That's not, it's a knight. It has to move. He's moving. Okay. It's steady. It's not about, it's never been about how fast. It's always been about, well, arriving exactly when you need to. And for many, it could be that that knight is there because it's presenting that. You see? The Knight of Cups is in movement. The Knight of Wands is in movement. The Knight of Swords is fast movement. And they're all presenting that ace, right? This is there. Moon. So we'll have a full moon in Cancer, like first few days of January. And there is the divine counterpart. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. This is a match. This is a divine counterpart. These are two people divinely guided. I said that, the astrology. You're being divinely guided at this time, okay? You could be an earth sign. You could be dealing with an earth sign, yes. But Four of Swords, divinely guided. Peace. Tell me about, I didn't get there. And Four of Cups. Tell me about the Fool. For the King of Swords, Fool, new opportunity, Ace of Pentacles. Tell me about the Fool, King of Swords, and Death. This transformation. Five of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles. This is about getting everything that you want and knowing what it is. This is a minor for Empress. This is very, again, Venetian. This is Venus ruling. The Queen of Pentacles can also be a minor for the Empress, and there's the King of Swords right there with it. It's everything that you want, knowing what you want. And so now Mars says, yep. What did I say? All right, I'm done. So for those that are paying attention, you're in this time period where you have Venus, you have decided what you want. You are already on the path. You're already moving on the path. The perfect alchemy has taken place because you have to be able to handle the things that are going to happen. It is not going to be the easiest path of life, but that's okay. You're a goat. Okay. This is going to happen very fast as well. Once you get to a certain point on this path, things are going to speed up. It might be a little scary. That's okay. You have divine counterparts here. I've been hearing it for a while. Lean in. All right. This is what you're meant to do. You are the community. The community is you. You will be a resource for people. It is necessary that you do not take that for granted and do not take that lightly. This is real life stuff. You are in the tangible now. You are in the 3D, okay? You might have already mastered 5D. You might be the most spiritual person walking around on the planet, but you are in the 3D that actually has to make things happen, and you are getting that power to do so. Do not take that for granted. That, I feel like, is the overarching message of everything, because now is when you have the power. Now is when you have the clarity. Make the list, check off the boxes, do your King or Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, steady. One step in front of the other until you're there. And for many, you're about to be there. Have a good night. Bye.